This is a Mercy Girl production.
Welcome back, folks, to the MACTFORDEDGE channel, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to show you how to make a quad segment for your MyFord touchscreen so you have 4 pictures displayed in each quadrant of your MyFord Touch. This is sort of a little geeky technology thing here, but folks have asked how it's done, so I'm going to show you how I do it. Doesn't mean it's the only way, but this is how I do it. Now, the first thing I want to do, of course, is I have all my pictures, as you can see here, that I've gathered up, and I will take and make some quad segments using these photographs. But the first thing that I need to do is, of course, open up my PowerPoint, because I use Microsoft PowerPoint to do all of my work on, and it's a real simple program to use. And I just cut these titles out of here so I have a blank surface. And then what I do is I make it a little bit smaller, and then I go over and I open up Microsoft Word. Now, the reason I do Word is because I want to do a graph. So I go up to Insert, and I will go down to the table, and I'll click on the table. Then I will highlight 4 quads for the table. Now, this is real simple here. I just highlight this, and then I right click on it to copy it, and then I click on Copy. Now, I can discard this. I don't need this anymore. And then I can paste this onto my PowerPoint. So I simply go down to Paste, and I can paste it right on there. You got different ways you can do it, but it doesn't turn out right. So you're going to want to keep the source formatting for this, and there's a reason for that. Now, I got the source formatting, and it's all highlighted here, and what we're going to do is we're going to stretch it to cover the entire part of the PowerPoint slide. Now, what we're going to do is, once we get it all covered up, we have our 4 quads, and if you click on them, you notice the cursor will go in each quad. This come in handy because we want to source our photographs into this slide. So now what we got to do is we need to insert a picture. So we go up and we click on Insert up at the top left tab, and we click on Picture. And now we can go into our pictures, okay? And what we do is we find our folder here. And in this case, I have it under Nature Photos. So we want to do animals, or do we want to do scenery? In this case, I'm going to pick a scenery, and I'm going to insert it. Now you see it's too big, so what we want to do is we want to slide it up so that we can match it up into the corner. Then you go to the bottom right, left click on that, and then we slide this photograph until it hits the center part on the upper quadrant, and then we will take and make it so that it fits. And we'll adjust this here in a little bit, but we bring it down to the line, and then we bring it over so that it matches the line. Sometimes this can be hard to match, but you play with it until you get it there. So right there we have our upper left one. Now we want to do our right one. So again, we insert the picture and we pick the next picture, which is this theme's going to be basically waterfalls, I guess you could say. So we want to take and get that fit up in there, and then again left click and drag it over till we get it to the quadrant we want. And again, we have it set up so we have our 2 pictures side by side. Then we go to the bottom left and we simply repeat everything we're doing, and we pick another photograph. So in this case, another waterfall, and we can then downsize it to fit the place. Now, if you noticed, it highlighted when it lined up, so that gives you some indication when you have it lined up to these lines, so you got a good fit. And then last but not least, we will get our last picture, and of course we want to have another waterfall in there, and then we insert this waterfall. Again, we bring it back down to make it fit, and then we will get the picture up in here and get it to fit in there as good as possible, and slide it down to make it a little bit longer. Of course, we change the aspect ratios when we do this, but we do have our 4 photographs, of course, in there, as you can see. Now again, it goes back to the standard when I told you you had to save it, and of course we will go ahead and save this photograph. So what we want to do is click here in the File tab and go to Save As, and then of course we want to pick the right folder we want to put it in. So we'll go down to our drive, and then of course we got nature photos, and there's nothing there. Now we will then name it, and in this case waterfalls, and we won't name it as a PowerPoint. We want to skip that part, and we just want to go right down to the drop down menu for JPG file interchange format. Now all our JPGs of course showed back up, but this one is going to be named that. So we click on Save, and then we'll click on Current Slide Only. And now it has been saved. Now what we want to do then is click back onto our folder, and as you can see in the upper right, we have waterfalls. So we're going to right click on that, because now we have to resize it to fit the MACTFORDEDGE. So what we got to do then is open it with Microsoft Paint. Once we've opened it with Microsoft Paint, all we do is we go to Resize in the upper left here. Click on Resize, and if you remember from my last video, deselect the Maintain Aspect Ratio, click on Pixels, and then of course what you're going to do is you're going to type in 800 and then 384. Now that will resize it, so watch what it does when you click on that to resize it to fit in your MACTFORDEDGE. There you have it. And you have all 4 quads. So every single quad that you have for each one of your sections on your MACTFORDEDGE screen will show each one of these pictures. And we're not done yet. We still have to go up to File, and then of course we have to save it. And now I've taken the original size that I made and I've saved it to this size and overwrote it. Now you can save it as and rename it so that you can keep the original photograph, but in this case I have just saved it as a photograph for the MACTFORDEDGE. So it is automatically 800 by 384, which can then be installed via your USB as noted in my previous video, and I'll put a little quick tab to that if you need to go back to see how you can do that and install it into your Ford Edge or any other Ford vehicle that has MACTFORDEDGE in it. And again, we can go back through it, and of course this photograph is done. So we can redo this again. If we just go to our PowerPoint, we can then right click on it and cut it out. Again, cut the photographs out, and all we simply do, if you follow me again, repeating what we did, we want to take and insert a picture. So in this case we'll have wild animals as our theme, and we'll of course put the wild animals into the sections, lining them up and then making them full size right in there. And this one of course was exactly the size it needed to be, so it worked out pretty good there. And then again we pick another one. Of course we want to have the king, right? So we put the king in here, and of course we slide him up and put him right up into the corner. And again we'll have to change our aspect ratio just a little bit and stretch him out so that he can fit in there. But again, remember, it's going to be of course reduced in size and everything when we do save it under the MACTFORDEDGE. So we just keep repeating what we're doing, and we of course put all the animals we want in there. And of course this theme is basically lions and leopards and cheetahs, so This one, of course, will fit right in there perfectly. It was the best aspect ratio you can get. So sometimes you get lucky when you find pictures you want to do, and they'll just slide right in there. Now again, last one. And of course, we have to have a tiger in there, right? So we put the tiger in there, and he should slide right into this real neat and tidy. So we're going to pull him down and of course drag it right in there. If you noticed, it fit in there perfectly. So sometimes you got to play with the photographs, like this lion up here in the top right, but the other three, you notice, fit right in really easy. So it just depends what you want to do. And again, all we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to save it as, and then we can type and change the title of this one, Wild Animals. And of course we want to change it from a PowerPoint down to a JPEG, and then of course we'll save it into our nature photos, and then the current slide only. Now once we're done with that, we again go into the folder and we look for our folder Wild Animals, and we highlight it, and we will open it with Paint, and again we see the big picture here. So we resize it, going over this all again, and we make it 800 by 384. Deselect maintain aspect ratio, and there you go. Now you got your Wild Animals theme background for your My Ford Touch and your Ford Edge. So this is all there is really to it, folks. You simply go ahead and do it that way, and you got it saved. And of course save everything there, exit all out of it, and of course get rid of that, discard it, don't save it. You can recreate everything else. But folks, this is MACTFORDEDGE, and I hope this helps you learn how to use some of your technology in your Ford Edge, and this will work for any My Ford Touch sync systems, so that you can install your wallpapers and customize your dash to reflect everything that you want to personalize your vehicle. And again, remember to like my videos, and also if you have something to say that would help or help others on my channel to learn, that's what this is all about. And of course, thank you so much for viewing all of my videos. And of course, remember, if you're not a subscriber, subscribe. I try to put out a new video about once a week, and sometimes life gets in the way, but I rest assured I try to keep something fresh each time. But this is our tech time for our My Ford Touch, for our Ford Edge. So have a great day.
Thank you for watching, and remember to like my videos and subscribe to MACTFORDEDGE.